you're watching. Well, it was beautiful, 73 degrees, but here's a new day, and the high will be 53, 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, or if you're watching this and I didn't post it yesterday, whenever I post it last. Anyway, it seems like winter has set in, and before it sets in too much and starts raining again, we got work to do. But I don't know what I'm gonna do today. So, stick with me and we'll find something to do. Okay, first task I'm gonna do is a dumb task. Basically, I'm gonna take Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus down. That fencing was the old fencing and it worked really good, but we got this really nice looking fencing, the metal fencing, and so we stopped using this. And it was just laying down on its side. Pardon me, yesterday I stood it up so I'd remember to take it away. I don't need it yet, but when Baxter goes out there with me, he wants to stay out there and he wanders, and I have to keep my eye on him, and it interferes with my job I'm doing, trying to keep my eye on Baxter, because he'll go out into the weeds. Well, there's cockleburs out there. Cockleburs don't seem to stick to the cats, but he's got that long fur and it just intertwines. Cut the big blob of mess out, or sit there and pick to try to get it out if it's not very deep. And sometimes we get it worse trying to get it out. So if he goes out there with me, I could have this pin set up and he can just stay in the pen. He doesn't like this pen because he can't see through it as good as he can the other one, and so he usually jumps the whole time he's in it. He'll just have to learn to stop that. Anyway, I'm going to take that out to the garden area, and then we're going to find a new task to do. Maybe we'll find something interesting. I don't know. I'm back. And as you see, I'm carrying a broken piece. I had forgotten we had lent this fencing to the neighbor for his puppy. We had been driving by his property, and we kept seeing his puppy either on a leash or running around, and it scared us. We thought that dog's going to get ran over, but while he's training him, and if he's working and he can't keep his eye on him, he could put his dog in this. It was a Doberman Pinscher, I think it was. And so we took the fencing down there for him, and he had trouble opening up and separating the piece, and he broke it. It's okay, it's no big deal about that. But he didn't want to put the dog in there because it was a little bit too difficult for him. And so he did not put his dog in the pet fencing, even though he had the pet fencing there for months to use. And his dog got hit by a car, broke his leg. So there you go. Lesson learned. If someone offers for you to use a pen, you ought to use the pen. Save your dog from getting a broken leg. Let's find something to do. Well, don't that just figure? There's a pair of cardinals in this tree. I decided I was going to clean up this tree, so I came out here to clean it up, and the pair of cardinals joined me. They say if a cardinal comes your way, it means somebody who has passed away has come to visit. And so I saw one of the cardinals, and I said, "Hey, Ma." And then I started laughing because my mother would have hated being called Ma. I called her Mumsy, and she hated that for years. She hated it. Stop calling me Mumsy. And I would say it with an accent too. "Hello, Mumsy." Yeah, she hated it. And then one day she owned it. And from that day forward, for the next 40 years, she was Mumsy. And now my youngest daughter, calls me Mumsy at times. And anyhow, I thought about my mom because of the cardinal. And I'm going to go get the tools, and then we'll start pruning this tree, and the cardinals will find a different tree. Okay, I didn't get the tools. Lee has the tool shed still locked. When he comes, he unlocks all of the sheds. Unfortunately, he missed that one. It's the newest one in the corner, and so he usually unlocks things if we're staying because we need access to them. I gotta go find a key and see if I can get it open, and I'll be right back. Man, it's been a couple hours since I've been out here. Neighbor came, got me a little cedar tree that he had dug up from his yard, and that's going to be fun. I'll have to find a nice place to plant it. And then Lee showed up, and then we took a break and ate lunch. And anyway, needless to say, it's late in the afternoon now. I better get busy or I'm not going to have time to finish. You know how I told you that there was a thorn tree embedded in the other tree? Well, I followed these branches, and these branches came off of that tree. But I want you to notice that in certain places, there are thorns. The branches just end in a point. And so there are things that are stabbing me. You see? Can you see that? Look at that. Yeah, they're very sharp. Not as sharp as the bodock tree or even this honey locust tree, but enough to where I stabbed myself. Well, snickerdoodles, the battery's dead, or it died, I should say. And so I don't know how much of this you got to see. It was running when I spoke to you and told you I was going to do it. So, just to recap, I clopped all the branches I could reach, and then I got in there with a little handsaw and I handsawed some of the branches off. I've got several piles of branches that need to be taken to the burn pile, and I've got one that is a tree that I cut down that is a thorn tree, and so I need to clear off the branches of the thorn tree and put them in the pile, and get down the rest of the branches. The ground is getting all soft and squishy, partly because all the water flows that direction and the water's rising to the surface, and so it's getting soggier and soggier. Another reason is a lot of those pears drop down and they are getting all squishy under my boots. And so that's where we are up to date. Anyway, let me do a little bit more over here before I call it a day. Okay, well, I'm going to take these 2 sticks to the stick pile across the yard. I'm going to leave the rest of them. I'm not going to move them to the burn pile until next time we come, because it's getting late and I got to get over to get those cat feeders checked out. And so, God bless you all. Thank you for watching. You be sure to like, share, press the notification bell, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.